Hello. Um, hmm. Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. Hello, Warren, you there?
Yeah, give me 1 second. And I wanted to see if I could set this up on my Xbox and run it through there, but I'm not
Oh
sure.
yeah. You're not sure how to? It should
Like
be
I've done it. Like,
okay.
wait, hold on. I think I got it. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Yeah, this is much clearer. What is little Alex's thing?
It is his A Canubal,
Oh,
Caknu.
yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, because when I would come with Connor, I'd be watching the better like the better league stream, and it's like I guess it's like 5 seconds delayed. He'd be calling like touchdowns, and I'm just like waiting. I'm still at the play call.
Yep.
Nice win, by the way. Good job.
Oh yeah, thank you. Felt like I had to play the best game of the season to pull it out, but
Well, you did. You were on some like crazy like stuff, like just defensively, like the just seeing like the how you're guarding things, and like
yeah.
you literally were taking guys from deep and covering short because you knew he wanted to just like throw those quick outs and things like that. So
Yeah, for
well
sure.
done.
Thank you.
Not many
As
people like have game plans.
Yep, for sure. All right, everyone. Welcome to the season 47 divisional round. It is Broncos versus Bills, first game of a doubleheader. I am Dan here with Warren, who is an interested spectator, I guess, because if he wins his game, he will be playing this winner. So, how you doing, Warren?
Good. This is an interesting matchup, like on so many levels. Just because like you could see honestly going both ways, and it's not like for skill. It's because there's so many variables with this matchup when it comes to connection, team, gameplay, all this stuff. And Phil put on a good victory in the wildcard round, so I'm excited to see kind of how he responds the week after.
Yep, definitely showed up against Kook. As you said, internet is the number one thing with Phil. You never know what you're going to get. So it's always a wild card as Phil will start off under center. Dak will hand it off to Javonte Williams. Williams cuts outside, and he's going to make one man miss and gets cut sticked at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and the thing I've watched a little bit of Phil's gameplay is, especially with like the connection deal, is like he runs very, very, very basic things, but like he does it good. Like cover three, he's just gonna let the lag plus his pass rush get in there. Things like that, where you're like, he doesn't have to do anything crazy, and it works.
Yeah,
so
definitely very simple. Doesn't overcomplicate things. Sometimes we fall into that problem ourselves, and as it will be a play action, Dak will roll out this time, and he tries to throw it to the tight end, but that's incomplete.
Yeah, I guess someone saw that play one time, and now everyone's going to try to run it. It is in my playbook as well, but you got to double team the defensive end, or else you're going to get hit like that.
Absolutely, as that will lead to a 2nd and 10. So Phil with his first non-gain of the day, come out and gun you trips. So see what he comes out with here. Alex fiddling with his coaching adjustments.
Yeah, and Alex is like, he likes to run more man than most people. It's something to see if Phil has any plays that can beat that, and this is a formation to do so.
As Dak will throw for the second time, as that was a catch for a gain of 2.
Yeah, when you see off man, I mean, there's so many routes like posts and things like that in that formation. U trips that really just kill it, but I think that was a zigger nothing type of deal.
For sure, as it's 3rd and 5 at the 47-yard line. We'll see if it's 4 down territory for him if he doesn't get it. We'd have to use a CD. But Dak in the gun. And he does not see anyone, and that is intercepted. Bell with the nice user lurk, and he will try and get more, and gets beyond midfield down to the 48. Yeah, nice lurk from little Alex.
Yeah, not the start you want on offense, but you know what? You didn't give up a pick 6. You got it out of your system. Now it's time. So anything Alex gets here is like 3 points is good. Anything is good.
Yep.
Because you're up a possession already in this game. That's very, very valuable.
Yep, as we see the Buffalo Bills for the first time. Little Alex back-to-back 1 seeds, trying to make his 2nd Super Bowl in a row. As Shields, probably the best AI running back so far this cycle, gets blown up for a loss of 5.
Yeah, I'm always like curious to see people's first plays and things like that. Like what they come out in, and because it speaks a lot of volumes. Like, what are they trying to see how they the defense players, or are they trying to just run a basic play? Like, what are you trying to do?
Yeah.
What's your mentality on that? Like, what's your usual first go-to play if you have one, or idea?
I whatever you feel like. I mean, it's just it's about getting into the flow of the game. You don't want to make a mistake, for sure.
Yeah.
As Shields will gain a couple yards and he fumbles, but it is out of bounds. 3rd and 16. An interesting gang tackle fumble right there.
Yeah, and we've seen Phil with that strong safety blitz. He'll man up the blitzing user on somebody, or the blitzing safety, and he gave Cook a lot of trouble with that play. So we'll see if that's holds true this game as well.
As that will lead to a 3rd and long. 16 to go as Josh Allen will throw, and maybe it's risky, but nope, it is complete. Able to sneak it in between the 2 defenders. Tyquan Thornton with a 27-yard game.
Yeah, it's one of those, you need pressure. You can't rush 3 and give time. A little pressure would have gone a long way there, but we'll kind of see. I mean, that's an ideal play by little Alex right there, just in a tough spot.
Absolutely. Gets himself in range. So now he's got at least 3, unless he makes a mistake here.
And again, Phil's gonna look. You're gonna see cover 3. You're gonna see the most basic defenses of all time. He's not doing anything crazy, and it's just, do you have the patience to sit there and just throw underneath, or throw over that hard flat?
As Josh Allen in the single back tight, as he play action roll out this time for little Alex, and Josh Allen's gonna gain some yards. Gain of 5.
Yeah, and that's one of the underrated things. I mean, Josh Allen runs a lot. When I played him, I think he had like 8 or 9 rushes, and it's just like, whether it's play action, whether it's not, like he somehow doesn't lose speed behind the line of scrimmage, and he's just always on the move. So it's, you contain, you're gonna give up a big pass play. If you don't contain, he's gonna get out of the pocket. So it's a conundrum either way.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. As 3rd and 3, looks like he's gonna pass from under center. Makes a hot route to the right-hand side. Finally snaps it. Josh Allen. Good pocket there as he steps up and able to get the first down.
Yeah, that's, it's going to be the name of the game. Is there a pass rush going to get there, or are we going to start seeing spies? What's Phil going to do to adjust on that?
Yep, definitely not getting much push here, and that's affecting the game because little Alex, if you give him time, there's he'll find someone open. He's pretty good like that.
Yeah, and when I had played him, he had like his whole team was like super morale boosted. So it's like his team's already like good team, but with the morale, it's like plus whatever. And overall, it's crazy.
As Dalton Kincaid with a nice little short post up the middle for a first touchdown of the game.
Wow, great start by little Alex. You know, you got everything you wanted there. So, you know, we're gonna see Phil come out. I mean, he's touted Dak and said, you know, Dak's like the best thing. You know, he's had a game we've seen where Dak was awful. We've had the playoff game where he was incredible. So we'll kind of see like the response here, but this is gonna be important.
Yeah, as Phil's been very capable in the playoffs. He can make some really good wins, pull some really good victories, make a nice run. I don't know if you remember his Madden 22 run as a 7 seed. He beat Austin. He beat a couple other guys to make it to the Super Bowl. They'll just short to Cody. As Williams is not going to get anything on that. That's going to be a loss of 1. Good run D there.
Yeah, we've seen just like Jekyll and Hyde with Phil. It's like you'll see him and you're like, oh, he looks good, and then you'll see him and you're like, this guy should not even be in the league. It's like really, really crazy.
Yeah, but we all experience our highs and lows, and you know, some people are more consistent, others are just you never know what you're gonna get. As it's gonna be a play action, and this time is that Von Miller with a nice sack there.
And one thing I've noticed, especially with Phil, is he loves like long developing routes at times. Like he'll throw a comeback on the left side at least like 7 times each game.
Yeah.
So that's something where like this pass rush is not going to give time to let that really develop.
Absolutely, as it is a 3rd and 19. This is the longest third down we've had so far in the game, and he's got trips to his right hand side. He's going to make a couple hot routes. Finally snaps it. Dak steps up a little, fires up the middle, and that's Judy who makes one man miss and gets hit stick down. Depleted, leads to a 4th and 7. And the punting unit's looking up.
Wow. I'm going for it.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
I am. You're down a possession, down 7 points, you know. Phil is usually the one in the chat saying, oh, why didn't this person do this, or this is stupid, or this is this. So I'm, you know, I want to see kind of, you know, how he's going to dictate his, you know, his play calls and things. But yeah. I would definitely go for this.
Yeah, ever since we changed it to 8-minute quarters a couple cycles ago, we had 10 minutes, and I felt like you were able to get a couple more possessions to maybe mount a comeback, but not this time. There's not many possessions, as that was a weird little animation there. Davis not able to get that. It went right through his hands, it looked like.
Yeah, that's a good play. That play can be man and beat zone. It just depends on the time.
Of course, and little Alex, he's had the most regular season wins in the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 cycles. He's never been able to get it done. Always the top user, it feels like, and falls short many times. What's your mentality for little Alex if he's gonna make a deep run here?
Drop your nuts. I say it every time. Like what Phil did there with the punt is you're not going to win this game punting like that. Take your chance, go for it.
As we'll see what he does here. Nice using on the right-hand side, but Cole Shields wide open on the Texas route.
Yeah, none of those. I mean, it's Alex's offense is just the plays he runs. He makes his reads, you know, very pretty. Not to say simple, but they're high lows, things like that, where he's just making it easy for himself.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in order to win this game, even for Alex, he's at some point he's going to have to make a decision to either go for something or, you know, make a play. And at some point, if you want to take that next step, you're going to have to take a risk and be comfortable taking that risk.
Yep. And that was a counter to the right there. Connor always says counters to the left and a left only. And he didn't follow that. That's why.
He's not wrong. He's definitely not wrong. I still run to the right because everyone always like base lines and the nickelbacks like on the left side, and doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. As he will find the man, Gabe Davis, who makes one man miss, makes another one miss, and he's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Bills.
Wow. Little Alex is hooping. If I'm Phil, I'm trying to find that IP flood right now. Just get him out of the game and just, you know, ask for a restart.
Yep, he's got to make some ground to cover, especially against a good user like Alex. He doesn't blow a lot of leads. That's one thing I'll give him. So, not a good position here.
Yeah, and again, we've seen two tells of Phil. So I mean, it's there you go. You punted the ball, now you're down 14. So now what? You know, what I mean, like you gotta. I feel like especially in these games, you got to go in with the mentality like I'm going to score every possession no matter what.
For
And
sure.
like whether it's 3 downs, 4 downs, whatever, it's the playoffs. You play the whole season for this, so.
Yeah. As he's going to run an RPO stretch bubble. I don't know if that's the kind of play you need to gain a lot of ground, but at least with 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it's also. I mean, there's people that they're going to run the ball like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's not comfortable with maybe he doesn't have the pass plays or whatever, but you're down 14. Like it's time. It's time to go.
100%. As Alex is going to show some man here. See how Phil does here. He's got a zig to the right side, but it's covered well. But Wayne able to catch it. Bryce Wayne, the Batman Jr.
In a 3rd and 3, I mean, end of the first, this is this is definitely one of the scenarios that we saw how it could have started, I think.
Yep, it is 14-0 to end the first quarter. Phil's got the ball at his own 32-yard line. Big 3rd and 3 here. I mean, this could be 4th down territory if he does not get it. It looks like he's going to send some pressure off the left-hand side. It does not come in yet as Elliott is able to get it on the left flat. Makes a couple men miss for a nice 1st down.
Tell me that's Zeke.
I think so.
Wow.
I think he has him listed at fullback or something. No, he's got him at halfback. But yeah, that is Ezekiel Elliott.
That is pretty wild. I mean, that's who your playoffs, your playoff dreams are on.
Yeah, just as his tight end, I think that's his backup right there. Able to nice drag for a big
And this
gain
is
there.
the drive that Phil should have started the game in, right?
Yep.
Knowing little Alex plays man coverage, knows just come out, make the reads easy, and he's already moving down the field.
Yep.
When I played Tahuti, it was the same thing. I know what he's gonna do. Make it easy. Get into a rhythm. Now Phil's starting to feel it.
Yep, and he's got that 2 tight end formation. He loves putting multiple tight ends on the field as Williams not going to get anything on that power row.
No, it's just there's too many guys in the box there, right? You're passing the ball well. I know I'm going to say it, but just continue to do it. Just continue to do how you're getting down the field. But now it looks like you could run on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Double A gap. Pretty weak front over here. As he will bring the safety down. It will be a run, but the user's able to blow that up pretty easily.
Yeah, there was a time where I think every time Cody had seen double mid blitz or the double A gap, he audibles inside zone.
Yeah,
that was like my first tell on him. I was like, no matter what,
that
works.
Yeah, that's something I would always do too. Up until recently, I see people sneaking up with the user there, able to blow it up just like Alex did. So it's not a guarantee anymore. As that's a nice out route there to get a 1st down. Jerry Jeudy.
Wow. Yeah, that was pretty wild against a cloud flat and a cover 2. Good read, very good read. Again, is he going to come out and continue to pass and move the ball, or is he going to handicap himself and run into 7, or 9 guys in the line of scrimmage?
Yep. Phil loves his tight ends, so that's probably where he's going to go here. He's got Bryce Wayne, the superstar rookie. So when he's in the red zone, that's probably the most thing you should most look at if he's not going to run away.
And previous play is on, right? So we're
Yes.
seeing this. We're seeing the defenses. We're seeing little Alex call off man. All these man plays, like there's got to be a curl. There's got to be, some sort of route when he catches him in this, the man coverage that he can go to.
Absolutely. As it's a nice, interesting defensive play out here. As Phil will drop back in the gun. Dak Prescott's got pressure and finally a curl. You called it, Warren. Able to get the 1st down.
All right, I'm gonna play the lotto now. I've had curls that were more open going complete than whatever that was. That was a throw out of sack almost into I don't even know, but
it wasn't even man. He's just able to sneak it in. As it is a 1st and goal from the 3, and he's gonna run an RPO, and he gets it in for a touchdown. Wow, nice play there.
that that had every making of do not throw this. They had the guy pressing over the top in a cover two. That was oof.
And
That was wild.
I mean, you waited so long to throw that. I thought it was gonna be an ineligible man downfield, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then just able to just throw it across the field like that. That's crazy.
But we know red zone offense is tough. It really is. And that's one of the few things that works is, running or RPOs.
I may be mistaken, but I think Phil has the #1 red zone offense in the league.
I'm going to have to take some tips then because I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's definitely the dead zone, as some people would call it.
I think that's why we've seen an influx. I initially put goal line back on Austin Eckler because I labbed out running like 20 times with and without it against certain defenses.
Oh, really?
Just to see like how things, yeah, good run.
As Cole Shields, yeah, he's able to get real sticky there. Gain of a lot down to his own 44.
Yeah, we can't. If I see the word lag at any point, he's lying because you don't make that run with any sort of unless you're feeling the connection because that's definitely a good play.
Yeah, defender on skates. Yeah, you don't see people get real sticky anymore in next gen, especially
No,
in
not
this
at all.
league.
And most people don't even click on like you were playing. You had a run play against Alex where you got to the flat or something happened. You bounced outside and like he just watched Micah Parsons just miss a tackle on you.
Yeah.
And people are too afraid. And the game isn't what it was at launch, where running's not as easy as it was. So you can make those tackles now.
Yep.
And wow,
100%. That's a nice defense, nice sack by Brandon Browning, one of Phil's favorite players.
Who runs that play? Like rush outside, and it worked. Like I love that. I love seeing things that are different.
Yeah, was that 46 normal? Rush outside?
Yeah.
I used to love that play.
It sure was.
As that is going to be a 3rd and 11, and risky throw up the middle. That's intercepted. Tipped and intercepted by Skinner.
My favorite play for many Maddens. There's a couple things there that the timing on that post is super important. It looks like it was a hair late, but the deflection and the pick, wow. So, hey, Phil's in business.
Yeah, we're just running all the retro plays. That was my shit in 20. I won 3 rings off that play.
Sage playbook, yeah, for sure.
As Dak able to find a wide open Wayne here. Wayne just gets down to the 47. Phil's in business now.
And like a psychopath, he doesn't go out of bounds. He go balls into 2 guys.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It gives me like anxiety.
Yeah,
go out of bounds.
We've seen a lot of crazy fumbles so far this playoffs. I mean, I think as Williams able to get a stretch outside, can he make the man miss? He does make that man miss, but gets out of bounds, 15-yard line.
Yeah, using every bit of that +2 speed he got, at age 26 randomly, a December or January, whatever month we're in. He just automatically got faster. Must be taking peptides or something, but who knows?
You remember there was this glitch where you upgraded a player and then it wouldn't go through? I think it was like the beginning of last cycle.
Yes.
It's almost like he did it. He got upgrade he didn't like, and then he got out of it, upgraded him again, and just kind of rolled the wheel until rolled the wheel until he got +2.
I forgot it wouldn't save, so you have to do it back out of the seat. Wow,
yes,
we've come a long way.
A
long way.
Every trade had to back out. One person cuts a guy, everyone had to back out from the league. That was nuts.
It'd be like no one flowed up, and wow, that was like last year or 2 years ago, whatever. Not that far removed.
I think that was the most polished Madden 23, the most polished Madden, which was definitely the least polished.
Yeah, that was something. I mean, we take it for granted, and gameplay is one thing, but bugs and interface are a whole nother, whole nother deal. It's a whole nother team that works on it. It's 2 separate teams completely. So at least we do have some issues, but at least it's not as bad as it was.
For sure. There was that bug. There was the draft bug. Remember, there was the draft pause issue where we had to rebuild, where we had to cut and re-sign all these players.
Dude, I think we simmed the draft and top. We're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Just say your draft board.
Oh, my Lord. So that happened, and then obviously the catastrophic brick as Williams not able to get the first down, leads to a 4th and 3. Little's going to call a timeout to get the ball back.
And, I mean, Buffalo's doing a great job at just cleaning up with the user. that that lends Phil to hit him with a play action at some point. Again, one-on-one man coverage, post something, because he's gonna really, he's very aggressive with the user and knows how to maneuver around blocks.
Yep. And Morty says, as shitty as EA is, gameplay is enjoyable. Yeah, it's not the worst gameplay Madden I've ever had.
It's definitely, again, each patch they don't. The game feels different. You remember at launch last Madden, like man coverage, like literally was just like they're glued to guys.
Yeah.
And now, like from launch to how the running game was and things like that, like not that this is any indicator of anything, because Duhudi had 4 runs for -1 yards before our desync. If that was like at launch, he would have 4 rushes for like 99 yards.
Yeah.
It's guys are getting off blocks a little better. Every patch gameplay is a little different, right? Just a little bit. So things that work one patch may not work the next patch, and you see like the evolution of the game and who adapts and who doesn't.
Yeah, absolutely. As Little's gonna do a little RPO bubble that's gonna work. Tyquan Thornton able to get many yards, moves the chains, and out of bounds.
We've seen. I mean, what do you watching back the Super Bowl? Little struggled against Ben's defense and just uncharacteristic picks and things like that. So he's capable of making mistakes. So we'll see kind of like how he plays and what he does. And there you go.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is a user lurk. Bonito with the interception. He's able to get all the way to the 25-yard line. Wow, a game changer.
I thought Bonito was white. It's a white name. What a user play. That was a steal special last year. You'd 4-man rush, take one guy off the line, and that's one of those little things that Phil doesn't even know. But if you do that, it still counts as rushing 4, so you still get pressure.
Yeah.
And what a user play there.
I think he kind of messed up with his user. He kind of hesitated, but Little threw across his body, and just a bad throw led to that interception.
If you're gonna do it anyway, if you're gonna force Josh Allen anyway, force him to the left. That was a perfect guy to user on that play. He honestly missed the cut. And the ball was late, and here we are.
Yep, as Phil has the opportunity to take a 3-point lead before halftime. We were thinking maybe blowout at the start of this game, but he stormed his way back.
Very, very impressive. Again, that defense, simple, very basic, but look, he gets it done. He knows what he's doing.
As Little's going to use a Tremaine Edmonds, and that's a high point to Bryce Wayne. Incomplete. Wow, it was almost a crazy play there.
That would have been, man, it'd be nice if you had one of those crazy animations where they catch it and just like moss the dude and get 2 feet. Like, wow. That was the only guy that had a chance on that play. Everything else was covered. Good read, good defensive play.
Yeah, able to high point it over the user, so real good decision there. As it will be a 2nd and 10. A delayed handoff this time. Williams able to get a few yards, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Wow.
The Nick Chubb special. The guy can hit him, and he doesn't even matter. He just morphs into a spin-off animation. Oh, my God. Javante, the god.
Yeah, that's been one of Phil's favorite players across Madden's. He's always been the Broncos, and that was the guy that carried him all the way to his Super Bowl when he was the 7 seed and fell short to Cody, who, by the way, went 20-0. I don't know if you ever knew that. But
I've seen a graphic once or twice.
But yeah, definitely carrying his team here as Kene Nwangwu. Speaking of 22, best player of that Madden.
That was my first introduction, I think, to BL, was him with Freight Train and getting stretched on by King. And like, it was just nothing. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. It was just like when you realize, like, you just gotta sit there and eat it.
Yeah, sick. Every MVP of that season, every season of that cycle, he was MVP. 6 in a row. As Allen, nice step up there, goes to Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis stays in bounds. He's going to have to call a timeout, 15 seconds.
One of the things, too, on that touchdown play was that was a 2nd and long. That was like 2nd and long halfback power. That was the last thing you expect. And with Little, who's able to shoot those gaps, those are harder to shoot. The bases or things like that. And there's a great play call, and that's a Madden 24, again, special. 2nd and long, 3rd and long run, and it works. Yeah,
that's the hero special. I think Phil even noted that in the chat. Maybe he got some inspiration from the Packers. As Allen doesn't see anyone, he's going to roll all the way beyond the 50-yard line, calls a timeout. 9 seconds to go now.
So what do you do here? Do you play just coverage, let him take the 3, or, what's your game plan here?
Yeah, a touchdown is catastrophic. I mean, I'm definitely kind of a bend, don't break kind of guy, so I definitely wouldn't send pressure. just kind of paint the field with zones. And
I've seen who was it? Was it Cody that ran like that the trips play action with the wheel and it got wide open, things like
yeah,
that. Where don't just run like keep good, like deep safeties,
yeah,
please.
absolutely. It's going to be a free play. He bumped into the receiver as he's going to have Kincaid in the end zone, incomplete, but that's going to be a 5-yard gain.
And so he's at the 44, so 61.
Oh wow, that is field goal range, a back breaking user mistake by Phil, but it is a 6-mile-an-hour wind against him. But it's Madden. Of course he's gonna make it.
We've all got 99 power kickers again. Like I think Alex has said, but can't kick a touchback.
Yeah. I've always been team stock sliders because the game. I would rather have the people blame the game itself in the devs and not some slider, right? If something bad happens, something wonky happens.
Yeah.
But I would love to touch the kick power slider. I think it's bad for the competition of the game to see like 44 yard line you're in field goal range. Like I think it's dumb.
Yeah, it's wild. I mean, and it's just you start touching the other sliders, they just ruins the game. Like things just get weird. It like cannot handle it. Like it's like when you play a snow game and you get all these weird sliding things and animations you've never seen. It's you touch a slider, it just botches it. But hey, 17-17. That first half 0-0 for the rest of the game. So let's see how these teams play.
Yeah, nice play, nice user to cover it up as Davenport able to blow up the middle and 2nd and 18.
And I think we've seen Little kind of chill in the pocket with the 3-man rush. Anytime Phil sends 4, he's kind of getting home. So that's something to keep note of. Otherwise, Josh Allen's, kind of moving around a bit.
Yep, as it is a 2nd and 18. This is it's a popular play in Mutt, I feel. As he's going to make quite a few adjustments. Probably looking for that post on the left-hand side. As Allen steps up. He's doesn't have it and throws it incomplete in the flat.
Phil's played me too much to know that we're going. There's a few people that throw that deep middle.
Yeah.
And it's once you've seen it a couple of times, like you're like, hey, take the underneath stuff. That was a great play by Phil, great user.
As it's a 3rd and 18. We've seen a lot of 3rd and longs so far this game. As he's gonna test a high point to Thornton, but that is nice knockdown there. Leads to a 4th and 18, and it's a punt.
Cover 3 press used to get bombed.
Yeah.
You can't bomb 1-on-1 anymore unless it's just like a straight man and you're like shading underneath. It's not a thing. That was.
Yeah, he put streaks. He put streaks on both sides of the field. I think Gabe Davis had a step on the left-hand side, but he went to the wrong one. Thornton was not in a good position.
That stinks, right? When you read the wrong side.
Yeah.
You're like,
As Phil is in business. We talk all the time about who gets the ball to start the second half. Effectively, Phil gets his free possession as he is in full command. He basically controls his destiny.
And Phil's playing his game. He is. It's very, very boring, very basic, very simple. But his game is, he sticks to his game plan, and he trusts in it, and it's working.
Yeah, 100%. As this will be a 2nd and 9. He's got a lot of receivers to his right-hand side. Finds the wheel to Mims. Nice throw there.
I got Dehudi PTSD seeing that. That's a tough guard. It really is to guard the wheel, the flat, everything. We all try to use everything with the slot guy at one time, but it's just not possible.
Absolutely. As more defensive adjustments from Little, as Williams going to get stuffed again on that half delayed handoff. Another one.
Yeah. Again, this Buffalo D-line is really good. I'd like to see a 2nd and long run. And I'm not anyone that ever advocates for running the ball, but I think you'll be able to get something at some point. You sneak that in like on the touchdown. Yeah.
Definitely to make it a 3rd and manageable, especially down here. You're going to be in field goal range. You're knocking on the door as Ezekiel Elliott on the left-hand flat, not able to secure that one.
Hey, we've seen a lot of manning up with the slot guys. We've seen, that dig is going to be open. Those the user's following the crosser, so that second guy that's coming in is going to be, the second guy that's running that route is open. And we haven't seen one comeback route by Phil yet.
Yeah.
utterly shocked.
Which he loves to sit on that comeback route. We might see it come soon, but not this time. As Bryce Wayne able to get a first down. Wow.
That is, you don't think third and long, you need to hard flat, but against Phil you do, and that's, I mean, it's just good recognition.
Yep.
4 yard route, you just cut, you take a good angle, you get right to the sideline, first down.
And nobody is really anticipating like a rack animation, well behind the line, and able to get it easy. So as you said, great play there by Phil. As he's in business with Williams, down in the red zone, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I mean, Little's throwing things at the wall at this point on defense. I mean, he's getting a little antsy with his user too, trying to hit stick, and I think he's getting a little frustrated.
As Williams this time stretched to the left, and he's going to get cut sticked, but he holds on to that 9-yard line.
Yeah, Tremaine Edmonds missed that first hit stick. One thing I do want to note, just to put it out there, is on that long field goal that Little kicked pre-halftime, he was a little bit late. And again, that might be a lag deal. So that's something to monitor, heading into the 3rd and 4th. That it's still slightly laggy on those kicks.
Yep. As it is going to be Dak Prescott. Nice high point on the slant touchdown, Jerry Jeudy.
Incredible play. I mean, if I'm Little, I'm taking that sequence 100 out of 100 times, right?
Yep.
High ball in the end zone around 3 other players, get hit stick, didn't matter. I mean, this is a Madden 24 we're playing. These guys are going to hold on to the balls. If you don't have knockout, it doesn't matter. So
yeah.
Oh, geez, the comeback.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of a toss-up when you throw that high ball into the end zone, whether or not what's going to happen. As you said it, comeback. Phil was down 14-0 with Little getting the ball to start the second half, and you just felt like it was out of reach. We were talking about maybe going for it, down 7-0. But
what do we know? Jesus, this guy's going crazy.
But now Little puts himself in another high-pressure situation in the playoffs. Let's see if he can finally claw his way back and get a ring. As that was a good play there, able to find Davis once again for a gain of 10.
If that was a normally thrown pass, that was intercepted.
Yeah,
that was one of those where only my guy can get to it because it was. But yeah, Josh Allen's going to be he's not going to be in the pocket at any point the rest of this game. He's going to be all over the place. So
as he's going to get into I formation, and Cole Shields has a lot of room. He makes one man miss and down to the 47. Wow.
Yeah, I don't know why Phil spread his line on that play. He pretty much had run up the middle, and Little said okay, and he did.
Yeah.
That was the most weirdest thing I've seen. But yeah, again, Phil's defense same coverages, same things. He's just gonna, you have to work for it against him. He's not gonna give you anything easy.
Absolutely. As looks like he's gonna run the ball again. Some kind of sweep to the right-hand side, and Shields gain of 6.
Yeah, if you're on pin pull sweep, he's digging into his playbook, and I like to see something different. You see inside zone, we know how to, for the most part, what to expect, but you see different plays. It's it definitely makes you think.
100%. As 2nd and 4, it's going to be a gun bunch. He's wanted the corner route, but not able to get it on the throw at a sack animation. Wow, 3rd and 4.
These D lines are eating, both of them. They all got blinkers everywhere, and they probably should be, but they're getting home. But again, 3rd and 4, Josh Allen, is he going to get out of the pocket? Is Phil going to contain? What are we going to see here?
I think just this, it's going to be an inside zone for an easy first down. As Cole Shields, Cole Shields bangs his way. Yeah, good recognition by Alex.
Yeah, 4-down territory. Yeah, I'm sure he goes for that if he doesn't get it. So he says, let me run on 3rd and kind of see what happens. But all right, now, hey, when they need points, they go trips, hurry up. So yeah, here we are.
Some would call it the Austin special, trips tight end. And he's going to throw it to the left-hand side. Tyquan Thornton, who's had quite the game.
Austin hurries up, and then he runs 8 hot routes, and there's 3 curls, 2 outs, and you're like, what am I looking? And they're dude, it works. But it's the most insane thing I've ever seen.
Yeah. As it will be a flat to the left-hand side, able to get another first down. Do you know who Chaos is?
No.
He was one of those pro players, Kaus. Few years ago. Yeah, I think he's probably the most influential player to Austin, because Austin basically designed his
Trips.
whole offense around what he did on trips. Watching
Yeah,
him play
yeah,
competitive
yeah.
games.
Well, it's been working for him. So
Yeah, as Cole Shields this time is going to get more yards and for another first down to the 11-yard line.
and we see strong safety blitz 3. Look, Bill's making him work, and Little's, he's making the right reads, making the right calls. It's now here we are, red zone.
It is not first and goal. It is first down at the 11, and another RPO to Tyquan Thornton again. Breaks one tackle and stiff arms at the 5-yard line.
Typical Taekwondo Thornton stiff arm.
He's probably the weakest player in the league.
Yeah,
Weaker than every kicker. As Cole Shields fought another good run. Little Alex established in the run to tie this game.
Yeah, he kind of dumped things down a little bit and said, all right, let me just run the ball. And we haven't seen really Phil make an adjustment on defense with that. He just sat in too high, cover 2 or cover 4 or whatever, and not even bringing guys in for run fit. So, I mean, that was an invitation to score.
Yep, as great drive by Alex. And now Phil will end the third quarter with the ball. And I think this is a very high-pressure drive for Phil. You finally got the lead, and little Alex answers, and you, as he goes down to the 24, as little Alex answers, and you need points. You want to stay in command of this game.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you've kind of seen what works and what hasn't worked. So these guys kind of felt each other out a little bit, and I think, Phil was doing good when he's just keeping it short, drags, even play action, things like that, and then just mixing in the run. So we'll see if how Little responds, but both teams are feeling their offense.
As it's going to be a trips kind of trips from pistol, and another run by Javonte Williams. And I am not a screamer, but let me just tell you to put your 4s in the chat, because we have completed 3 quarters here. 24-24, Phil, the AFC 6 seed, with the ball against Little Alex's number 1 seeded Bills. Pretty good game, Warren.
Yes, I don't want to say better than I thought. I honestly felt like it'd be close, and it is. We just didn't really know how Phil would respond off the initial, the first quarter, which is horrific.
Yeah, obviously Phil well. You're in his division. You've seen a lot of little Alex, as he's gonna test the wheel on the right-hand side, and that just wasn't a good read.
Yeah, that was something special. The pressure got in there, so that's one of those things. You run play action and shotgun. Sometimes play recognition matters, and guys still, they'll go after the quarterback. And I think he just rushed that throw. Phil's not a good downfield throw. Again, no comeback routes. Not one. I don't know, what's going on, but it's the one thing you always watch out for with Phil. I got to set my zone drops and all this nonsense.
He's going to come out and gun empty on 3rd and 7. We've seen him convert a lot of third downs this game. Could this be another one? Alex is trying to send maybe 3-man rush. And he's going to drive it downfield to that crosser, but Judy not able to hold on.
Wow. He had that. I know I said it before, but that second guy, he had that deep in, and that's little Alex's defense is giving that up, right?
Yep.
Everything, that first read, that user, that second route is the route.
Yep.
That's it, and that's the second time we've seen someone wide open, because he's flying with the crosser every time.
Yeah, and I think you just got to stay composed in the pocket and just kind of scan the field. If your first guy isn't there, if it's kind of questionable, just look around. I think a guy will pop up, especially if the user pulls off of him, as Cole Shields continues to gain yards.
You ever watch college football and you're like, wow, these guys can just score every time if they don't do something stupid?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But Phil did something stupid, like that wheel.
Yeah.
If you literally you can go 5 wide and just run drags and just score a touchdown. The game is so simple, but we make it so much harder at times because we're trying to outsmart and run all these. All this play looks good, and look at Little. He's literally just doing nothing. He's just it's like he's in practice mode, just running random play. And he's just moving down the field.
And I think the biggest impact so far this game is he's figured out the run. And he's not gonna pass it, make any dumb mistakes by just handing the ball off to his rookie, and that's another first down.
Yeah, one after another, and then the play action comes off this, and it's sometimes in some games, if one thing's not working, just go to something else. If you have a backup plan, it's good to have.
as he is at midfield, and once again, another run. I correct me if I'm wrong, but that might be like 11 runs in a row.
Yeah, it's been a lot. And I would too, right? I mean, if it's working, I'd like to see like Philly just muddy the front a little bit, get some more bodies in there. But now we see a spread formation, and we'll see if he's going to run or pass out of it.
And yet another run. This time it's a QB wrap, I think. Yeah, that's going to be blown up for a loss of 3. Yes, it was.
What did I say about being cute?
Yeah.
Trying to do too much.
Just, yeah.
Run your simple play. Now we're in a third and long here.
Now he's left with another 3rd and long. This time 11 to gain. And putting some crossers on the field. Phil did a good job taking out the slant. And he hits the dig on the left-hand side. Good read by Alex.
Yep, and that's what we wanted Phil to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
The user's going to take away the first route, the whatever. It's about finding that next read and making that. That was a wonderful play.
Yeah.
And now little Alex is in control.
And you saw him just kind of skirt in the pocket, able to just continue looking downfield and finally get his man. As a play action here, he's got a tight end on the right-hand side. He does complete it, and he's able to make one man miss, moving the chains at the 23-yard line.
Simple play, simple out route, air truck. We got a little bit of everything on that play.
Yep.
You remember when that thing was crazy when you'd air truck 4 times in a row?
It's just ridiculous. Just the history of Madden gameplay and like the meta has just been, pretty funny over the years. As Shields this time is going to get blown up. That was Davenport with the nice play. And this is a hurry.
Go back and watch like old gameplay of like the running game when I think everyone was on like skates.
Yeah,
it was like everyone was human joystick or whatever.
It was ridiculous.
Absolutely crazy.
As nice step up there. Didn't see anyone open. He's going to go hurry up for the 2nd time in a row. As Phil calls a timeout. 4:09 to go.
This is the game plan if you're Phil, right? Stop the run and don't let Josh Allen just move around in the pocket.
Yep.
That's it, right? And if you're little, it's, hey, just keep it very simple. Phil, again, is going to run his whatever defense he calls, nothing crazy, nothing you haven't seen. Just keep it simple. Don't try to do too much.
Yep. And he's going to go back to the RPO bubble with some window dressing on the right side. And he does throw it. Is he able to get the first down? Yes, it is. Stephon Diggs, who's been very quiet today.
Yeah, I mean, it is. No one's really had an opportunity with all the running going on. But here you go. Last time little Alex scored, no problem, red zone. Let's see if he can do it twice in a row.
He's going to come out in I formation. ID's the mic on the right side. And stretch, but nice cutback to gain 4 yards.
That's such a placebo thing.
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
Like you point around for 10 minutes and you're gonna run this. That stretch would have got 4 yards, whether you did it or whether you know.
And like in that situation, if it doesn't really affect anything, it's kind of a tell. Like, okay, you're just telling him to run to the right side. As it is going to be a trap, but blown up this time. Leads to a 3rd and 7. And this is an interesting decision of what you're going to call.
Yeah, I think we have to hard flat here. We have to just at least make it look like you're trying to stop the run. If he's going to throw something crazy or a curl, let him do it. You know what? You got beat. Big deal. But nothing simple.
This is where, the good users can cook up a hot dot in this kind of situation. 3rd and 7, and he finds the dot. And that is a Texas route to Shields. Touchdown, Buffalo.
That's literally what you can't give up there.
Mm-hmm.
You can't take the user in the middle of the field and don't cover the middle of the field. That's literally what that is. Oh, God. And so think about this, ready? Josh Allen's been, every time no one's open, he's running it on you. Put a spy. Put that DT in a hook curl, right?
Yep.
If you're going to vacate your zone, fill it with something. Make him think. Make him, in the red zone, you want to make them hold the ball, right? And then they'll roll out or whatever, but that was just too easy.
And now all the pressure is on Phil again. Down by 7 with 2:30 to go. Does he have a money drive in him?
If you're Phil, if you score, do you go for 2?
Depends how much time's left. If it's like 8 seconds, yes. If it's like 45 seconds, no. And it depends on Little's timeout situation. Basically, I just don't want him to... You just don't want your opponent to be down 1 with the ball.
Yeah, that's fair.
Especially with the way kickers have been. As
You're already in field goal range after the kickoff.
yeah, it's ridiculous. But that was a good chunk play there, able to get down to the 39-yard line and out of bounds.
Double ends. I've never seen that play in my life. Good for Phil.
Yeah.
I just didn't even know it existed.
Definitely watching. It's definitely nice to see BL because watching BL because everyone has different styles. Everyone finds their own like little plays. As this time it's going to be right to the user, Tremaine Edmonds. Nice lurk there. Can he go all the way? He's got one man to beat, and he goes down smartly at the 3-yard line.
Yeah, it was, I think, a little delay there on the read. I mean, that's it, right? That's how it goes sometimes. Where wow, he's man, this man's ready for a Super Bowl. He's locked in. He's kneeling.
Yeah, he's dead. This is the sweat.
Oh my God. All right, I'm not gonna jinx because it's not real. Like, but if he goes for a field goal and it gets blocked, I'm gonna literally shit myself.
And like, I get this decision, but onside kicks have been easier than ever, right?
Yeah, and there's a couple funky things you could do to increase your chances. So.
Yeah. So it depends if Phil's been watching YouTube or not on that.
Sometimes not like just being naive and not even knowing is better than anything.
Yeah, yeah.
He'll just do something wild and.
But obviously the strategy here is to give Phil, with no opportunity to stop the clock, obviously he would need an onside kick in order to come back in this game, even if he does score. And that is a touchdown. So he's able to finally get into the end zone to make it a 14-point game on the extra point.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of fullback dives in real life where the fullback literally goes one-on-one with the linebacker and just trucks him and then just walks in the end zone. So, this is definitely a good representation of football. It's one thing that you can't get is like when it's like if you're playing the run like that, like it should just be like a cluster in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be like where it's just like you walking. I don't know.
And I think weird. Like run commit has been like such a stupid thing. Like, why is it that like literally like the cornerbacks like are on a blitz, right? Like, why can't run commit just be like a discipline thing? Like, yeah, just like or just like something that's not just like blitz everybody and have them converge at the center. Like,
yeah. How many times do you run commit and like literally like even on like if there's like pass plays, right? So like if you run like play action on the goal line and they run commit, like you could just still stand in the pocket. They don't do anything. They just like stand in the middle. And even if you run the ball, they don't do anything anyway.
100%.
Like I run commit out of 4-3 in the red zone and it doesn't work. It's just there's no point for me to even do it.
As little Alex is doing what I call just be a pussy on defense, which is just man coverage. You're in a situation where your opponent can't stop the clock in any way to get the ball back again. So just keep the ball in front of you, I guess. But that was a good play there. Deep corner out of bounds.
Yeah, seen crazier things happen. So just we'll see if Phil can cook something up here.
Game is effectively over, but anything can happen. As Mims is able to get out on the flat and gets out of bounds, the 49.
Okay, so Phil's going to need, the onside is the deal here. So touchdown, onside, touchdown.
Yes, sir. And it's got trips to the right side. It's interesting not seeing that on the wide side of the field. But he drops back to pass, rolls back, and throws it out of bounds.
We've seen little Alex. He mans up whoever's on the slot pretty much every play, and then he has that curl over there, the curl flat. So that's something, you're getting, a linebacker covering a receiver, but it might be too little too late at this point with that.
Yeah. And if you will, you're playing Cody, aren't you? Yeah. What do you expect out of that game?
I expect to win.
Yeah. You should always go in expecting to win. Absolutely.
I don't know. I've played Cody a million times at this point, so we've kind of, we both know how each other play. So it's just, the game is the game. And sometimes, so it's just about limiting mistakes, and that's, goes easier said than done. But it's just not trying to do too much. And I feel like my offense is extremely efficient now at this point
Yeah.
I mean, most people's are, but I'm like super locked in like I was last year. I think where like I feel like I'm scoring on every drive outside of something crazy happening. So
Yep.
defensively, I've got a couple of things that have been working for me. And I run every type of coverage there is. Literally, I will. It's you're not. I don't want to give you a tell. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
you're gonna just. It's gonna be not you specifically, but in general, like I'm gonna make everything look the same or be different or just trying to mix it up.
Sure thing. And speaking about your Madden game, I mean, you've been very hot. What I like to do now, since Neon records like your win loss record, is to just kind of look at the user in all of his leagues. If you're in multiple leagues, and you go on your page, it's just win, 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 win. I think you went 20-0 in top, and you've have a good winning streak. I think in this league. So
Oh yeah, it shows the what is it at Madden games? I am 33-3 in my last
yeah,
36, so not bad.
so that just shows you're in really good form over a couple months. Very impressive as Phil trying to gain some ground at the 17-yard line. He does have one timeout to go. Will not be able to stop the clock if Alex gets the ball back. So a lot of things will have to go right here.
Cody 9-6 in his last 15. He's only on in this league, I guess.
Interesting.
Little Alex 12-2, and let me find you. We played this season, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm I'm only in this league, so whatever
Okay,
I
it's
am.
just gonna be that. Okay.
Yeah. As let's see if Phil's able to bang this in here. It's not the
Do you
best.
go for two if you score?
Yeah, the nerds say go for two. Why not? I mean, it's just as he did a throw across his body, and Emmanuel Forbes, the man from the Washington Commanders, able to seal this game.
One thing I want to say is that we've seen 0 injuries this game, and that's nonsense. All my games, everyone gets hurt. Literally, like Derwin James, Bruce Sternum, this guy's like everyone's hurt. This game, I don't know if our injuries off because there's no way we just witnessed a full game with not
I
one
don't know.
guy. Like
I think they're on because I think the guy got hurt in my game. A couple guys.
I'm gonna have to replay this.
But it is funny when you see the RNG aspect. You never know. You never know who's gonna get the sheds. You never know who's gonna get hurt. It's just like
Yeah, week 18 was the same. Alex went through it. I did too. I was like, all right, Keenan Allen played like 4 plays and he got hurt for the game. I'm
yeah.
like, what are we doing? Just go down.
And some guys, just prone. Like my guy, I had Josh Sweat get hurt week 1. He was out for like 9 weeks, and then week 10 rolls around, he gets hurt again instantly. First drive, out for 5 weeks. So I've only had like 3 games with him.
I don't know, like the way they program this game. I don't know how they program injuries. Like
Yeah.
what? Because it's never like at the play. It's always like a random, like your tackle's hurt on like an extra point or something weird. You're like, what just happened?
Yes, absolutely. As I didn't hear your last part because I accidentally muted myself. But we'll see if anyone comes into the post game. They're welcome to. Let me just add them. What are your general thoughts of that game? And if you win, that's your opponent, Little Alex. So
Yeah,
let's talk.
yeah. No, I have to play my game first, but obviously, either I've played both of them before, and it doesn't matter honestly who you wind up playing, and then situation is a situation, right? And you kind of just you play as long as you're confident in what you're doing, you should be fine. But yeah, overall, it was a good game. I think both teams, the start for Phil looked really, really bleak. He made a comeback and just wasn't enough. As soon as little Alex started to run the ball every single play, he realized like, hey, I could just move the ball and just, in short chunks, and it kind of worked from there.
Yep. As we do have the winner of this game, Little Alex. This is congrats on your win. You advanced to the AFC Championship for I don't know how many times. It must be a lot. But how you feeling?
Good, but I was a little nervous there. Phil always plays me tight. This time there was actually no lag, so I can't keep blaming that when he beats me or plays me close. It was a good game though. Yeah, obviously fought through a little adversity, and
Diversity. No, leave it at that. I like it better.
But yeah, fought through some diversity, and here we are. I'm glad though, because throughout the regular season, it feels like I usually win my games by a decent amount. Not taking shots at anyone, but maybe I'm just a try hard in the regular season. Um, and I know I had 2 losses this year, but that was the first time I've been down, or had like the pressure on me at the end of the game, and I've been able to pull it out. So it's good for the future. But besides that, I gotta work on the offense a little bit. A good
Yeah,
game to fill.
absolutely. And if I ask you one question, we noticed you really went run heavy in the second half. Was that a plan? Were you just not feeling good on in the passing game, and you just thought that was your best shot to win?
Yeah, I was kind of just mad. In the first half, I couldn't run for shit. Like I think I started the game off like 4 carries, negative something yards, and then it was like 7 carries for 5 yards. So I kind of came out and I was just like, you know what, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna run the ball. I have to if I'm gonna want to win because I've tried to go pass heavy and it doesn't really work. I don't do very well this year. So yeah, I mean, thankfully the O line finally stepped up and I was able to do that. I was kind of surprised Phil never pass committed. I was hoping he would see if I could get a nice little pass off, but yeah, thankfully my O line just turned up, and yes, that was part of the plan.
Yep. Warren, do you have anything?
Yeah. How tilted were you when you hit stick Jerry Judy on a high point in the end zone and he came down with it? That was a great play by both people. And when that play happened, I said, if I'm little Alex, like I'm not upset. I would take that every time. Like 3 guys around the ball, a vicious hit stick, and dude just held on. Were you like at that point? You're like, oh god, here we go, or like, what was your mindset there?
so so actually about 2 plays before that, I was like, what I don't remember what happened. It was probably something stupid, but I was like, what the fuck, I'm gonna lose this fucking game. And then the next play I was like, all right, lock in, I'm good. He gets a first down and then he gets that, and I just kind of was like, what, like, yes, I was tilted. I was so
You were like hit sticking like the air after that for like a minute or two. Like all your like it was like looked like you kind of had like a little mini meltdown, but you kind of got everything back together with that. But that's just so frustrating. I saw that and it's one of those like, oh my goodness, like what else could I have done? But that's the game's a long game, right? You know what I mean? Like how you must have felt great at first. You had a good lead. Phil came clawing back, and it's not how you start. It's the whole game. It's like 4 quarters. It's 4 different things going on, and you both I think locked in at different points, but overall it was you both played very well. So it was a good game to come.
Yeah, I'm just glad my O line finally stepped up and I was able to do a little bit on the ground. But yeah, no, it was a great game. Had me sweating the whole time, and I throw a lot of hit sticks anyways, so maybe it was half tilt, half not. But
No, I do the same. Like you're either gonna die or you're gonna just get a touchdown. I don't care.
I'm getting 4 fumbles or giving up 4 touchdowns. It's one or the other.
Thank you, Little. Now we'll transition to the guy who fell short, who AFC 6 seed Denver Broncos. They had a nice win against the Colts. Just fell short in the divisional round to the Browns, to the Bills. So Phil, how you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, obviously, like disappointed that I lost, but I mean, overall, I think I played pretty well. I just made two dumb picks, but called it back anyway. And then, like, I kind of feel like in the second half when he was just able to run 10 yards every inside run. Uh, and it's like I'm not pass committing. I'm coming out of nickel, and I'm like, oh god, it's just this because like when you're playing the Bills, it's like you've got to set a spy against Josh Allen. You've got to cover the flats. You've got to cover the corners, and now you also have to try and stop him running 10 yards every run. And I think at that point it's kind of like an impossible task. As like Warren said, you can't rely on your AI to do anything, otherwise you get fucked.
Mm-hmm.
But I was kind of relying on my AI D line to help me out a bit there. But yeah, disappointed overall.
Yeah, I mean you were down quickly. I think it was 14-0, where Alex was going to end up getting the ball to start the second half. We thought in the booth that this game was going to get out of control. You were able to
Yeah,
claw your
same.
way back,
I
and I
did
think
as
took the
well.
lead. So just take us through like what changed, what was scheme or whatever.
I think I just settled down a bit and like just kind of playing how I like. Once I get into a rhythm, I think I'm pretty good at passing. It's just I am easily thrown off and also quite hard to get into the rhythm. Um, So I just kind of started moving it pretty well. I went back to running a lot of stretches, just running away from Isaiah Oliver. Uh, and then yeah, I can't even remember what the picks were, but I got a couple of picks from him, but I don't remember how I did it. So you know.
Warren, do you have
But yeah, I
anything?
mean,
Oh, sorry.
no, I
Continue.
mean up until then, my game plan was just sort of uh, not just leave the run open, but focus more on like stopping and passing, and just hope the run stands up, which is what happened in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Phil. Two things. One is, I played you a couple times now and seen your games, and one thing I pointed out a few times during the game is that you didn't attempt one comeback route on the left side, and that is like the ultimate Phil staple, where you're like everything is covered, and you're like, oh, I'm not covering 25 yards on a curl flat on the left side. So like, was that just something, game flow or things like that? And secondly, like, you know, going into the game, you're one of the few people that honestly just can go in and beat anybody. And I honestly say that as like there's very few people who can do that. So when you came back, it was cool to see that sort of deal. So my two questions are, the comeback thing on the left side, and then like, do you go into every game like what's your mindset with that? Like, do you care who you're playing? Do you feel confident in every game, or you're just like I'm just gonna play my game and see how it goes?
So the first question, I think he was pretty focused on them. I think it's one of those mind game things where he knows I know that I want to throw it, so I have to call stuff that's different because I know he's going to try and cover it. So like if you saw there were a lot of like zigs with slants on the right hand side because I was pretty sure he's going to call a lot of man, or like a cover three blitz or an extra guy on the left side covering the comeback, and that was pretty successful. But yeah, I do love my comebacks, and they're like the easiest read for me at this point. Um, but then, yeah, the second question, uh, I think I play better against people that I think are better than me, and that most people think are better than me. Because you go into it and you just don't really care that much. I think when I struggle most against people that I'm like, I see them as like the rival, and I'm like, it's sort of hit and miss whether I will beat them or not. So like people like Cody, I always play shit against. People like I used to play shit against Lil Alex as well because he was similar. But now I'm like psyched. You play a bit looser when you play against that sort of person. Same similar for you as well. I think last couple of games I played pretty well against you.
Yeah, it's you. One thing I always pointed out was like playing you enough is like and this is not no disrespect, but it's very simple. Like your reads are very simple. It's you had like a 3rd and 10 where you threw a tight end zig route, got the first down. Things like that where against you you're like, okay, hold on, I need to scale back what I'm doing and just focus on like the basics. And even defensively, like you run your defenses, you run your shell coverages. Don't blitz that much. So you do your thing, but you do it well. And that's one of the things about you is that like I had to learn is like, okay, if I'm going to score, I need to run 12 plays to do it. I'm not going to score in 2 plays. So I think what you have going is really well and it works for you.
Yeah, it's what Alex said in chat a few weeks ago. So I've been playing the same Madden with the same team for 7 years at this point. I play how I play with my team, and that's what I do.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Phil. Maybe I'll just ask Alex one more question. You're in the AFC Championship. You are playing the winner of Warren, who's in this chat, and Cody. Two users, very accomplished users, people that you know very well. What are your thoughts?
Well, Warren fucking sucks, and
There.
Cody. I mean, Cody's touching grass. We might not even schedule a game. So, um, no, I'm kidding. I don't know. I'm excited. Obviously, I think these are. It's hard to say this, or it's hard to put Cody over to Hootie because I think he plays very weird, which makes him good. But I
Yes.
think these are the two other best users in the AFC. So I don't think either of them's an easy matchup, regardless of what Cody says. Warren and I have only played once this cycle, and I won, but it was like 40 something to 40 something. I mean, it was really, I think he threw one pick, and that was game because I mean, there's no defense, or there was no defense. So I'm excited. Honestly, I just don't want to lose in the Super Bowl again. So maybe I'll just tank the AFC Championship. Um, I don't know, but no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to playing either.
Don't let anyone take away you making the Super Bowl. I know everyone does. Like I lost 2 last year, right? And like I was super tilted because I'm like, oh, everyone's like, oh, like whatever, like 0-2, like whatever. Like half these people can't even make it, so they can just f off. You know what I mean? I don't care if you make 100. Like I understand, like we all want to win, but anyone that talks crap about it, like literally, they can just go sit there and look at their roster when they're in the off season, after week 18.
Yeah.
I mean, I might have the most undefeated seasons out of anyone, and I still don't have a ring.
I'm just trying to make you feel good. I'm be honest.
Thanks.
Well,
Damn, dude, I just need one, and then I'm good. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'll just say this: it's been you have been very consistent over the past many cycles, and this league has continued to get more and more competitive as we moved along. So just to stay consistent has been very impressive. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Warren, for helping out
guys.
commentate. Thank you,
Sorry,
Phil.
one more thing.
Yes.
Phil, I did not know that you liked comebacks. I wasn't purposely guarding them. You definitely could have thrown them. That's all.
I mean, I'll go back and have a look.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hero's getting really antsy to play. I got to go to the bathroom for a second because drinking a lot of water. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. 11 viewers stayed strong the whole way through. We got another game in the doubleheader in just a moment. I'm going to cut this one off, and I'll see you in a couple minutes.